Hey YouTubers, this is Jonathan with the Strike Collective. As you can see here, I got fellow Strike Collective member and Storm staffer Stevie laying out an Outer Limits solid for me from Radical. We're going to do something a little different this time. We're going to do a pin down layout. Haven't done it in quite a few years. We're going to go 40 by 4 1/4 by 75. Let's see how it goes. Alright guys, so as you can see in the last shot, I do have a few Radical pieces. I do like the brand quite a bit. I am mostly a Brands of Brunswick guy. I have thrown other stuff in the past, and I have a higher speed than most, so I need that mid lane roll and that aggressiveness. The sharp off the spot late like Storm does for me doesn't really work out. Not saying there's anything wrong with them. On the Strike Collective, we do have a Storm staffer and a Moto staffer. So let me go ahead and say now as well, I am not on any kind of staff. I'm not being paid for this video. Just a really big bowling enthusiast. Haven't bowled. This is my first year back in about 10 years. I had a few back surgeries and just decided to come back after I felt okay. And so we're back at it. A little bit about me. I do average about 240 in this house that we're in here now. One of the higher averages in the house as a whole. The last time that I had my rev rate checked or anything like that on Specto, we were at Bones Elite Training Center, and it was between 450 and 500. The ball is normally about anywhere from 17 to 19 miles an hour off my hand. I have been trying to get a little bit more touch on it, so it's mostly right around 17 in here. So first impressions of the Outer Limits solid is it is really quick off the spot. For some reason, especially with the layout, I did not expect it out of a solid. I kind of expected it to be a little bit more tumbly. As you can see, those first few shots were pretty pure running over. It was very continuous. But yeah, as you can see on this shot here, I definitely touched it a little bit more, and it flew off the spot down lane. Even when I'm making videos like this, I do like to shoot my spares, just because it keeps me sharp. You know, spares are very, very important. I can't strike all day. I try to, doesn't work out. But yeah, very, very sharp off the spot. I do have a Radical Max Bias and a Radical Conspiracy that I'm gonna showcase a little bit later. And you'll definitely see the difference in that. They're a little bit more tumblier, not as hard off the spot. Like this, the way that this ball came off the spot, it seemed a lot like a pearl almost. You know, that's normally where I would be with like a hammer effect in that far. But the further in I got, the more it went through the pins. It was a very interesting piece. So I'm going to let it run through for a few shots. I do mix in the max bias here shortly. You'll definitely see the difference in that one. This is just a regular house shot, nothing special. Saturday morning youth league special, I guess you'd say. Other than that, we're just going to let it roll through, and I will let you know when the max bias comes up, and you can definitely see it. You can't miss it. So you'll see coming up here, I get in a few shots with the Radical Max Bias. Really, really loved this ball. I drilled it right when it came out. I think I even got it a little bit early from my pro shop guy. Shout out Kegler's Corner here in Delaware. I remember using it during the summer league. I shot 300 with it, like right off the press. Very, very impressive ball. Only issue for me is that it's a little much. Even though it's tumbly off the spot, I use it on a lot of sports shots. I don't use it on the house shot a whole lot. So this is probably my first time throwing it in this building since the summertime. But yeah, it's a great ball. You can definitely see the down lane is a lot different. It is a lot more rolly off the spot, and a little bit more tumbly and chuggy. And I'm okay with that. Sometimes you need that. Not everything needs to be sharp off the spot. I have about 18 bowling balls. My wife hates it. But I like to be competitive, so I go a little bit everywhere, bowl a lot of stuff, and sometimes you just need some extra stuff. But yeah, definitely tumbly. Definitely not as sharp as this Outer Limit Solid is coming off the spot, which is strange. Like I said, very, very interesting. But I like it. So far, so good. We're just going to keep going. Alright, and here in this next shot, I'm going to throw the Radical Conspiracy Theory. This was another really good ball. Again, it's a little much for what we have here in Delaware. I do love throwing it though. I've thrown it on a lot of conditions. I believe this Radical Conspiracy, I have like 45 by 4 by 45. Just a real rolly layout. And that's exactly what it does. I can't, be mad at it. I throw it on a lot of sports stuff. When in the summertime we have a sport league that's in this house in particular, and I think I threw it almost on every pattern except the short stuff. But yeah, it's a really good bowling ball. Just again, a little much for me for in this house in particular. So yeah, after kind of comparing the other two Radical balls that I have, the Max Bias and the Conspiracy Theory, I go back to the Outer Limit Solid, trying to make sure that I get, the best look at it that I can and see where it fits in my bag and what I can do with it. Again, super strong off the spot. I really didn't expect it for a solid, but overall I'm pretty happy with it. I definitely can make a move in with this. I thought that was going to be a no. When I first laid it out, I thought it was going to lay off a little bit more. But no, so far so good. It does pretty much what advertised. You can see it start up in the mid lane and just see it roll off the spot really, really strong. And it's just continuous through the pins. That mid lane roll that the pin down gives you, as they say, it's just a longer transition. I think it looks really, really good. Don't really have much of an issue with it so far. We're just going to keep on letting it roll, and we will see. On this shot in particular, I tried to go a little bit further in just to see how it would do, if it will still make the corner. Actually, when I was doing it, I did not think it was that bad of a shot, but upon further review, you can see it's a little fast, it's a little in. But hey, that kind of stuff happens from time to time. It was a pretty flat 7 left there. On the next one, I make a better pass at it and actually get the speed right and the hand right. Only been back bowling for a year, so not everything is running 100%, but I'm trying. We're plugging along. So on the next shot, I gave it the good stuff from the same spot. This shot here was pretty interesting to me. I do have a tendency to get a little fast with my swing and pull it in. And one of two things happens. Either I go through the face or I flat seven. On this one, it just trued up to the pocket and went right through it. So that's a really, really good sign to see for me. I'm pretty happy about that. I've, been bowling in this center for years and years before I had to stop for my back surgeries, and that was always the case. In this instance, it's not. It just trued up and went right through it. So pretty happy to see that. That's that mid-lane roll coming into play right there. So yeah, that's the Outer Limit Solid. This is pretty much it for me. They started putting people around me and kids and such, typical Saturday morning stuff. Great to see, but also kind of hard to practice or shoot a video in without them messing with you. But yeah, overall, I really, really like the ball. A lot stronger off their spot than I thought. We're going to continue to throw it, and we're going to continue to see. Thanks for watching. Go ahead and follow the Strike Collective on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Have a great day, guys.